Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another political episode. So we are back today. We're going to be talking about the third to last state on the presidential race, and that is specifically the state of West Virginia. And no surprise here, West Virginia went all in for Donald Trump. Donald Trump almost reached 70%. I actually thought he would be winning it by 70%, but he unfortunately did not reach 70% this time. However, he was very close. It was a 69.9% win for former President Trump. And I'll tell you, give me beef for it, but because we actually were extremely wrong with our analysis and our predictions for the state of West Virginia. Taking a look at polls in regards to this one here, I'm going to go ahead and pull up what we initially were going to be, what we were saying it was going to look like. Yes, it was going to look like this. And you'll see it clearly showed Donald Trump with 61% out of everything. We were saying that Donald Trump wasn't going to get nowhere near 70%. And as a result, we actually predicted that one county up here, Monongahela County, that's a big bellwether. That's a huge bellwether county. So we're going to kind of take a look at that county, if you will. Pulling that up right now. Yes, it's called Monongahela County, and it's right here. And it actually improved. It was actually very close at flipping Democrat. 2016 proved to be a very good year for Republicans in that county. It was actually more this county or those three disputed counties that were said to be more tossed up. The deal is, though, that there is the University of West Virginia located in Morgantown. That makes this county very competitive when it comes to the student vote. So we gave that county to Harris, thinking that, she's going to get a lot of young Gen Z women, a lot of young college students out and voting. And then again, Joe Biden wasn't the biggest relatable candidate in 2020. They voted for him mainly out of pure Trump derangement syndrome. But what ended up happening was, maybe, and what we thought would happen was, okay, these students would go out and vote for Kamala Harris, but mainly because, of course, she is what the media made her out to be, but also go out and vote against Trump also. So we gave that county, of course, for Kamala Harris. Did she end up winning that county? No, she massively underperformed. We thought she had a chance of winning that county, seeing how close it was in flipping, of course, for Democrats in 2020. And what ended up happening was it trended more to the right. It went above water in the 50% range. And as a result, you guessed it, Trump won the county. And a lot of people say, oh, what's the difference between other bellwether and swing counties? Like, for instance, what's it called? Kanawha County, which holds the capital of Charleston, is a competitive county to a point. Well, actually, it's gotten more Republican lately. 57%. Then again, outbeating Trump's original record set in 2016. It's been one of the most reddest it's ever been, and has been a reliable Republican stronghold ever since West Virginia became a red state in the early 2000s. So kind of makes sense, if you will. A landslide for Republicans, 57%. This is the best Republicans have done in the county since 1972, which is amazing. So, yes. And then there's also the county, Cable County, which is my favorite county in the state. Cable County holds Huntington, and that county is a county of 94,000 people. It's not the biggest county. It has Huntington, which is a part of Wayne County also. 59% going in for Republicans. So we got solid counties here. But it was mainly Monongahela whatever that county's name, that's mainly in the toss-ups and really competitive, in other words. And we were like, maybe Kamala Harris would have an opportunity of flipping that county this year around. Did she? No. And that resulted to the county ultimately going to Trump. All 55 counties going to Trump. West Virginia is one of two states, in this election cycle that had all their counties vote for the Republican, with the other state being Oklahoma, while Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and Hawaii are the three states that had all their counties vote for the Democratic candidate, Kamala Harris. So that interesting to note, but yeah, other than that, there's nothing really to talk about in regards to West Virginia. The fact that Monongahela County didn't trend left, continue to trend left as we were expecting. Then again, we underperformed. We gave Kamala Harris a little too much expectation on that, and she obviously underperformed in that said county. Seeing that the polls were saying 61%, that was one poll. But as you can see, taking into account, this poll is out of the margin of error. Literally in 5 points out of the margin of error. So keep that in mind. A very distorted poll. And yes, it is, of course, questionable. For instance, it doesn't make sense seeing that Donald Trump almost won the county by 70% in 2020. You'll see 68.62% for Donald Trump in the state of West Virginia. And he, of course, did a point better, but then again, it's a red state. I mean, Republicans didn't go and do bad stuff in that said state like what Democrats are doing in Illinois. But let's take a look at this county right here, because it's proved to be somewhat kind of swing. It's kind of influenced by the Alexandria and Fairfax area. This is called Jefferson County. And Jefferson County proved to be a Democrat hold for a very long time. It's more Republican leaning now. But yeah, it's the first time it's voted, in my opinion, in the solid Republican range since 1984. So yes, you'll see, obviously, it's a very big competitive county. You'll see, I want to believe Patrick Morrissey resides there. I was just reading that text. But yes, Patrick Morrissey resides in this very small county. 57,000 people, Charlestown. I think that it's home. I don't want to say it's a college town yet. I think there's just a lot of ancestral Democrats there. Seeing that West Virginia is the land of ancestral Democrats, you wonder why Mr. Senator Joe Manchin hasn't been defeated yet. Well, he's leaving office, of course. He'll leave office in 2025. But you want to wonder why the Republic. Oh, I'm blanking on the word. You want to wonder why Joe Manchin hasn't really lost an election? It's because of these ancestral Democrats that are voting Republican by a wide extent. So obviously, those ancestral Democrats, you need to go after them. Some are coming to the Republican Party. I believe West Virginia is majoritively now a full registered Republican state, but there are still a lot of registered Democrats lingering around that vote Republican. Not to mention, that doesn't mean that there aren't, for instance, counties that don't have that are still registered Democrats that voted for Kamala Harris. So interesting stuff to look at. So what do you guys think about our analysis today? Let me know down below. And as always, I'll see you all in the next political episode.